In our first session, I introduce you to the vibrant world of French language and culture. We explore iconic French landmarks, national festivals, and delve into greetings, both formal and informal. For example, you learn to say bonjour, comment ça va. Uh, Bonjour means hello and hi, which it also means good morning. Comment ça va means how are you. Anyway, we will get into the details in this session completely. So, firstly, now we are going to explore the cool things that make France so awesome, from tasty treats to beautiful art. Yes, it's when you talk about art, you think of France. Now, look at this map of France. It is like a magical land full of adventures. Each piece is different region with its own special things. Imagine Paris, the city of love, with its crown, with its big Eiffel Tower, with its tall Eiffel Tower. We call it Iron Lady, also, or the countryside with fields of flowers and yummy cheese. I'm sure you will have water in your mouth now. Anyway, it's like a big treasure map waiting for us to explore. Yes, so it's a treasure. It's not just a country; it's a treasure to explore, because when you talk about France, it means a whole lot of things to explore. Now, let's talk about how people in France talk. So you guess now? Obviously, they speak French, and French. When I say French, it means français, right? So the word French means français. Can you repeat after me? It's français. It's important because this session is on French, so you should know what French in French is. It's français. So it's like a secret code, but don't worry, it's super fun to learn. When you say bonjour, which means hello, or you say merci, which means thank you. So thank you is merci. Can you pronounce merci? The spelling is MERCI. It means thank you, merci. It's like saying magic words that make people smile. Yes, it's very common. Saying merci, bonjour is quite common, and it's common for French people to use these two words. And you know what? French is bit like a song. It sounds super cool. So let's learn some words together and become language explorers. So, few words you can learn from the screen, which you can see here. So bonjour, which means hello, comment ça va, which means how are you, and merci, thank you. We will again go into the details when we will talk about the French greetings. So currently I am just touching the cultural aspect of France. So, and you know what? French is a bit like a song and it sounds super cool. Now it's time to talk about something everyone loves. So what you love? What everyone loves? Can you guess? Can you guess? It's food. French food. French food is like a magical adventure for your taste buds. The baguette is a long and yummy bread. Fine. So baguette is a French long bread basically. Okay, like a crunchy band of deliciousness. Croissant is another. We call it in English croissants or something like that, but in the French word is croissant. That's how you pronounce. Croissant are like buttery clouds that melt in your mouth. And guess what? They even eat snails called escargot. So escargot is the word which means snails in English. Sounds funny, right? And yes, oh, ratatouille. It's a mix of tasty vegetables like a colorful rainbow on your plate. So ratatouille, again, a famous French dish. You cannot forget that. So after food, the next big thing when we talk about French culture is there. In French, I'll use the word. It's there. La mode. La mode. It means fashion. Yes, fashion. The word means la mode in French. La mode. Can you pronounce mode? Now let's talk about dressing up. In France, people love to look stylish. Paris is like a fashion superstar. So during Paris Fashion Week, designers show off their coolest clothes. French style is all about looking classy and comfy. So black dresses are like their fashion superpowers. You can be a fashion hero too. So guys, so when we talk about fashion, always Paris. You think about Paris, you think of France, you think of Paris Fashion Week. Paris Fashion Week, I would say. So this is how it is, right? So when you put on something you love, you are a little bit like a French fashion star. So now it's the time for some art adventures. So when I talk about art, it means you think of museum. And when you think of museum in the world, the best museum in the world, the most visited museum in the world, that is Louvre. Okay, in English we call it Louvre. In French also we call it Louvre, but the complete word is we call it Le Musée du Louvre. Okay, so it's a gigantic museum in France with lots of amazing art. Monet's water lilies are like beautiful paintings of flowers. It's like a garden on canvas. And guess what? In the streets of Paris, you can find cool paintings on the wall. It's like an outdoor art show, so you cannot miss that, guys. So when you draw or paint, you are like a artist having your own outdoor art show, right, in France. So we have discussed food, we have discussed fashion, we've talked about Eiffel Tower. Now let's. No, we have not talked about Eiffel Tower. We'll talk about that later. So now the next, when you talk about is the festivals and the traditions. The holidays and the traditions. So this is again an integral part of French culture. So now let's talk about celebrations. So the French National Day is called Le Jour de la Bastille, or Bastille Day is like a France big party day on July the 14th. We call it in French 14 juillet. When we will do number, you know what I'm trying to say. 14 in French is 14. So July 14th, 14 juillet. So it's like their birthday with fireworks and parades. In India, we do celebrate our national day. The same way French people also celebrate their national day. Fine. So with a lot of parades happening, fireworks happening. So this is the same thing. So Christmas markets in India, Christmas markets in December are like magical fair with tasty treats and fun rides. And in January, they have a special cake called Galette des Rois. Roi means king. So they have this cake which name is Galette des Rois. It's like a king and queen cake. Imagine finding a crown in your cake. Fine. So this is so fun though. So people do that. And it's fun to watch. So when you are there during that time, so you can't miss that. And so when you celebrate your birthday or have a special cake, it's like having your own little party. Well, that's a wrap, my friends. We have peeked into amazing world of French culture. Keep exploring, and who knows, maybe one day you will get to visit France and have your own adventure. Merci beaucoup for joining me today. Thank you very much, and see you next time. À bientôt. See you soon.